What is wrong with Conor McGregor? Legitimately, what the is wrong with this guy? It just pisses me off. How does he go from videos like this? He's up here training with his son.
That's how steep that hill is, folks. Right, champ, line up, ready to go. Yeah, I'm gonna follow exactly like that.
More intense than it
Is it? Yeah, and do you like it?
I'm not gonna lie, that laugh might be the underlying demon that Conor McGregor suppresses around his family coming out for just a short bit.
Like
there.
it?
Because it's like a real race.
Yeah,
Because he's
that's how
bipolar?
do
I don't think you can just
We
call it
want more
bipolar.
pressure. Yeah, there's not enough pressure on us. Put more pressure on us. Because it's light work. Right, let's go into your position. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. Fast. What's that step? Fast. Yes, there you go. That's the pace. Come on. That is going. Come on. Catch him. Come on. All the way. Stay strong. Stay structured. Let's go. Push. Get it out of you. Come on. Get it out of you. Go.
It's a long-ass run. He goes from doing something like that, and you even see D. Devlin with the hard eyes, and everybody's like, nice, good work. He's like, put more pressure on us, yeah. Not enough pressure, because it's light work. He's a psycho, but also, he's doing this shit. Now, it is the Sun reporting, but, I mean, this is clear video evidence. Conor McGregor floors a man with 2 punches in some club in Ibiza. Talking to the fella, boom, a little slap, and then a left hand over the top, and there goes the guy flying. Guy said something Conor didn't like, boom, a little slap, and then a punch. What could the guy have done, honestly? I see people in chat saying maybe the guy did something to warrant it. What? What could he have done? Is that me or does it look like True Jordy? If Conor keeps growing like a good boy and gets some inches of height as well as his massive HGH frame, he could look like True Jordy. Probably a Khabib fan. Still, you don't get... Listen, if you're Conor McGregor and you've had this many issues outside of the cage, slapping the old man, punching people, taking phones, stomping them, doing all this other shit, it gets to a point where it's like you have to know you're the celebrity in the room. You have to know that motherfuckers are going to try to push your buttons, dude. So what? Someone comes up and is like, Khabib beat your ass. Remember in Vegas a couple months ago, he spit on the guy and he told him, he's like, I spit on you.
I spit in your face, what you do? Nothing.
You have to realize people are going to troll you forever. Not saying that it's right for a guy to come up and talk shit and walk away, but for Conor to start punching people after they say something he doesn't like is also not right, and worse. And the old man didn't even do nothing. Old man was just sitting there. And it's not like he gave the guy another chance where he slapped him and was like, say it again. No, he slapped him and then dropped the left hand on him. I'll ask you guys this. If you're that guy, let's say the punch doesn't even hurt, right? Let's say he's not even hurting you with the punch. Do you flop? Do you take the slap and then he hits you with the punch and then do you just like flop over and like hope that you can sue him? Is that where we're at as a society? Because it looked like that's, I mean, the dude fell and he for sure got hit with a big time shot. Pull back, counter right. All right. I'm sure your pull back, counter right is going to work on Conor. I'm punching back. I think I could win. Yes, Rodolfo Pilato. Facts, dude. We're pulling a Pilato out here. Fucking. He feels so privileged, thinks he can punch anybody he wants. I mean, yeah, this is just a bad look, again, from Conor McGregor. What are we supposed to say at this point? I wonder what the guy said to him. I mean, it probably had to do with Khabib. You know, that's probably the only thing I can imagine that would set him off that quickly. Or like McChicken, or like, you know, you tap like chicken, some dumb shit. But still, yeah, I'm not surprised. This doesn't surprise me. It's just another long line of like Conor being an idiot. Damn, that dude did hit the floor. Oh my God. McGregor's then shielded from club goers by his own friends. Okay, then what happens? Then we just stand there and it just kind of goes back. Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby. Someone said that, man. Terrence McKinney, what the hell? That man gonna get paid for fighting Conor before Chandler. Not defending Conor here because nothing really can justify this, but it got to wonder what the man said to him. If the first thing that we ask is what did the guy say to him, I think we're thinking about this the wrong way. Not to excuse the guy for just popping up at the mouth and saying some crazy shit, but he didn't physically put hands on him, at least not in this video. We didn't see anything like that. Someone says something you don't like, you can't haul off and assault them, dude. It's not how the world works. And Conor has probably had a ton of you know, civil suits that he's had to settle for doing shit like that. We probably don't even know about some of them. He probably said something about his kids. Why? Why are you keep spamming? He probably said something about his kids. What would this guy walk up to Conor McGregor and be like, your kids are shit? Like, what? Why would anybody do that? Why would you guys are saying he talked about Conor's family? Who? What? Why? Maybe the guy was drunk. So when you get drunk, you go up to, if there's a celebrity near you, you start bad-mouthing their kids? No, dude. The more likely option is he said something about Conor's fighting ability or Khabib or his whiskey or things that Conor's known for. Not like, hey, fuck you and your kids. And even if he did say that, new combo starter, even if he said something about Conor's wife, you still can't punch him in the fucking face. I'm not saying that the guy's right for doing it if that's what happened, but you can't assault people for just saying things to you. The guy has absolutely no reason to say anything about his kids. Exactly. You guys are making up a scenario, dude. Unless this is like some fucking Kinahan Irish mob thing that Conor is, I've heard at least, got some loose connections to potentially, which is, again, another 7th layer of hair. Yeah, he probably said something about the whiskey or something about Conor's fighting ability. I know you guys are fans of Conor. I am one of the biggest American-born fans of Conor McGregor. This is just the truth. I loved Conor McGregor. I loved his fight style. I loved his attitude. I loved his commitment. I loved all of it. I loved the whole story. But you have to call a spade a spade. The guy, when he gets liquored up, when he's out at a club, I don't even know if it's liquor. I think it's just Conor's natural ego that comes to the surface, and the liquor helps it get there. Because you can blame the liquor, you can blame the and you can blame the drugs all you want, but at a certain point, they're just a reflection of the personality type you've become. Like, old Conor was not like that. Old Conor, when I say old Conor, I mean before money. You could say money did it to him, I don't know. But ego, even in the face of, like, people not believing in him, wasn't that. When he had a little bit of money and he started developing an ego and started to be around fans and people that, you know, outside of just Ireland, this stuff started happening more and more. Really, when he started losing and people started heckling more and more. Maybe the guy handed him the wrong Coke. Money just showed Conor's true colors. I don't know, man, because I don't think that money enhances something you already are sometimes. I think it can turn you into something that you weren't before. Like, I think money changes people. I really do. I think that it can be mitigated for sure, and you can still be the same person you always were. But I think having that amount of money and a lack of supervision or a lack of trustworthy people around you to keep you grounded can change you. Yeah, punching the old dude in the bar. At least we forget this one. I'm sure this old guy said something about his family too, right? Nope. Just did not want to drink Conor's whiskey. And Conor hauled off and punched him. Wade's changing. I think I'm changing for the better. I'm in a committed relationship, trying to take care of my family, all of that. Conor could have killed him low key. Conor just fell into a dark place and hasn't gotten out of it. I mean, did he fall into a dark place or did he walk into it willingly? Because he's had every opportunity to change his trajectory and how he is either perceived in the public or the things that he gets himself into. These are decisions, you know what I mean? When he threw that dolly through that bus, he wasn't thinking about the people on the bus. He was thinking about revenge. It was a decision. Punched that old dude. He wasn't thinking about fucking anything, I guess, but rage. And he was embarrassed, I guess. I don't know. This thing, same thing. Embarrassed, probably. Conor could probably, no joke, I'm not a huge believer in therapy for everything, but Conor could use therapy, I think. Definitely. Because I think he is the macho, bravado ego of Conor McGregor. Won't allow him to accept what's happened to him in the second part of his career. I think that's what it really is. And all this pent up, like, I have to maintain that person that I was before. I have to maintain this invincibility to himself because no one else believes it, but he got to believe it. Wade, you also defecate in the streets. I do. The mean streets of Orange County. Conor's going to beat on the therapist. But, like, think about it. He still won't accept he lost to Khabib. He won't accept he lost to Dustin Poirier and got knocked out by Dustin Poirier. Let's not forget that Conor got knocked out cold, slumped on the floor by Dustin Poirier. I don't think he accepts that. I don't think he accepts the Khabib loss. I think those things still probably eat at him because if you strip everything away from Conor McGregor, one thing you could say about him is he's a fighter. Wade, let's not act like it wasn't a robbery. Yeah. He's a fighter, and that's where all of his pride is. You think he changed after the Floyd fight? I think he got a little more complacent after the Floyd fight, yeah. I think that absolutely, that boxing money made him more complacent so that he took more time away from MMA, and by the time he came back to MMA, the game had changed. He was obviously not as fresh. He was not as prepared. He wasn't as switched on. It was more revenge that brought him back versus the ability to be the greatest, which is all he wanted to be beforehand. Dustin Poirier made the calf kick blow up after the Conor fight. No, that's the thing is like, yeah, the calf kick, got a lot of attention, but the calf kick had already had attention before that. Before Conor got hit with the calf kick, we had DJ doing it to Henry Cejudo. We had Sean O'Malley getting hit with it. We had TJ Dillashaw doing it. We had a lot of people doing it before that ever got. Benson Henderson was the one that essentially created it. Before Conor got hit with that, Dustin only started doing it because it was done to him. But when it happened to Conor, more people went, oh my God, look at it. It had already been 4 years. That's one of the more ironic things about it, and the thing that Conor still doesn't do, and probably won't because he won't ever fight. There were no checks. But Conor was in an era of MMA that did not include it. And when he left and started doing the boxing, and then he came back and fought Khabib once, Khabib not really known as a kicker, that part of the game is something he didn't even spar against. He didn't even see in sparring, let alone in a fight, until Dustin Poirier brought it to his front door. Like, oh, shit. So, yeah, man, this is just another instance. And you get to a point where you're like, what do we even say? I'm fully done with thinking Conor's ever going to fight again. I think that ship has sailed. But he's talking about wanting to be a politician. And I don't know who took that seriously. Maybe, again, his own delusion believes that's going to happen. I've been to Ireland. I've been to Dublin. And they don't even like him there. And I hate to say it, but they don't even like him. I talk to people that I'm around, whether it was taxi drivers, bartenders, servers, workers in retail, anybody I could kind of work it into the conversation. They're probably tired of it because Americans probably ask all the time about him. But I would try to work it into the conversation. This was in 2023 just to see, like, do they even like this guy? And the answer was always no. We're embarrassed by him. We don't like him. And that's sad because he was carrying the flag for those people. And now what? He's gonna run for political office with stuff like this still happening? How can you trust a man, again, hypothetically, because of course this would never really happen, but how could you trust a man to run your country when he can't even run his life? He is so dysfunctional in the way that he acts and carries himself. Why would you even think that he's someone not only to run your country, but to look up to in the country? It's goofy shit, man. I really don't know. It kind of worries me, too, to be like, what's going to happen with this guy? Is he just going to flame out and, raise his kids and be the old scorned fighter that pushes his son into fighting and does all that? Maybe, but I'm not expecting the old Conor anymore. I'm not expecting that. And when I say the old Conor, if he's not fighting someone that is around the sport, someone that is dedicated to his family and the sport or something to where he's not just a party animal like this and doing stupid shit, I don't expect it anymore, though. John Fury 2.0, legit. Looks like that could be where he's headed. No joke. How he hasn't seen jail time? I mean, Conor is well connected, obviously, in Ireland as well. Super well connected and can probably pay off a lot of people that would press charges. Why the UFC aren't releasing him makes no sense. It's a lose-lose if you release Conor. Because if you release him, then you don't get to potentially make money off him. And whatever he does in the future, it means that you'll probably never have the opportunity to bring him back. Like, then you give Conor all the control. He went to court for the bus incident, right, but he didn't go to jail. That's what I'm saying. They stop him from boxing. They stop him from bare knuckle. You don't want to give up that money because then you give Conor control, and Conor can, I don't want to come back. I want to do this for the rest of my career. It's kind of fucked up. I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, that's business. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing else to say other than Conor just continues to disappoint. That's really it. Just continues to disappoint MMA fans and the people that cared about his legacy, the people he inspired with his run up to the belt, him winning the belt, two-time champ, all that, but it's nothing new. I expect more of this from Conor. I expect continuous dysfunction, and I expect him to end up the old, bitter, scorned fighter that never got over the two most impactful losses of his career, and it's drove him to just be whatever this version of him is. It's sad.